Grizzlies fans know it's the team that gives you the edge. Big River Steel does too. And much like the Grizzlies have recruited legendary talent, we want you to be part of our team. Are you ready to be part of something legendary? Then visit www.bigriversteel.com. That's www.bigriversteel.com.
With a knockaway.
Good defense.
Durant attacking, spinning, hanging, and hitting.
Let's go.
Double your chances to win all month long in March with two big promotions. On Fridays, embrace the madness and win a share of $150,000 in cash and free play. On Saturdays, starting March 8th, go for the gold and win your share of up to $10,000 in cash and free play in the 80K Fool's Gold giveaway. Enjoy live entertainment all month long and play for your chance to win big in March only at Southland Casino Hotel. Must be 21 or up. Play responsibly. For help quitting, call 800-522-4700.
I thought Penny was smart to handle this the way he handled it. He expressed frustration with the system, the chaotic nature of it. The price hike on eggs ain't got nothing on the price hike on basketball players. The same dude who cost you $150,000 last summer is costing you $500,000 right now. I understand his sentiment, but he stopped well short of criticizing PJ Haggerty.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
We're going to do our pick six favorite Outkast songs in honor of Outkast being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Elevators is the most creative.
Me and you.
Yes. Your mama and your cousin too.
Every time I hear somebody say me and you, I
just go to the next one, right?
Get all of your HBCU sports and culture news by tuning in to HBCU Huddle with CJ Hurt and Mike Wallace. New episodes drop every Thursday on grindcitymedia.com, YouTube, and Spotify.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR.
Shinedown, Dance Kid Dance Tour. Live in Memphis. FedEx Forum, Saturday, August 30th. With special guests, Bush and Morgan Wade. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Shinedown, live in concert. For more, visit shinedown.com.
This week, we're going to run down the hits and the misses from WrestleMania 41.
The main event, NXT title on the line, Obafemi versus Trick Williams versus Javon Evans. One of the greatest triple threat matches I've ever seen in my life.
I'm shocked.
And it made history because it's the first time there's three black men highlighting the NXT pay-per-view.
Okay.
That was dope, too.
Tune in to Grind City Wrestling weekly on the Grind City Media app and on the Grind City Media YouTube channel.
How about Mr. Irrelevant coming from the Memphis Tigers? Yeah, how about that? New England Patriots
Second
took
time.
Memphis defensive back Kobe Minor with the 257th overall pick.
If you're the player getting drafted at that spot, it's almost better to go undrafted and pick a place as an undrafted free agent to sign with where you have a better chance
But
of
you get a lot
sticking.
of stuff. You get a parade. I think you
do?
go to Disneyland, I believe.
Mr. Irrelevant goes to Disney?
I think so.
The Odds Couple, live at 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Grizz Nation gets set for tip-off 1 hour before every Grizzlies home game with the warm-up show. Get the latest news, notes, and analysis live from courtside at FedEx Forum.
Who's going to be the tougher team that rebounds and prevents second-chance opportunities?
Join me, Lang Whitaker, along with Michael Wallace, Jessica Benson, and other personalities from Grind City Media, Memphis, and around the NBA. 1 hour before every home game, live at Grind City Media on X, YouTube, and the official Grind City Media mobile app.
Live from downtown Memphis, this is the Chris Vernon Show on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Now, here's your host, Chris Vernon.
It's noon on GrindCityMedia.com. It's Chris Vernon Show. Welcome. It's a Tuesday, May 6th, 2025 edition of the show. Today on the show, it's a Tuesdays with Tony. Tony Allen will be here, joining us via Zoom. Huge NBA night last night. There have been 3 conference semifinal games been played so far. The road team has won all of those. Last night we saw the Knicks beating the Boston Celtics and the Denver Nuggets in a stunner over the Oklahoma City Thunder. We'll get to all of that. We'll get to all the news and notes of the day. And as I mentioned, Tony Allen, the Grindfather himself, will be with us for a Tuesdays with Tony, brought to you by ESCO. It is a Tuesday. It is beautiful outside. Smile, let's do it. Turn it up. Yeah. Hope everybody's having a good day. All right, we got a ton of stuff to get to on the show today, not the least of which was an unbelievable NBA night last night. First, we had the Knicks and the Celtics, which was super entertaining. And then we get to last night and this morning when I got up and I went downstairs and I got my coffee, and then I had to go wake up my son to get ready for school. And I walked upstairs, and he was already getting ready. I was so proud of him, and I said, "Hey, did I wake you up last night?" And he was like, "No. Why?" And I was like, "Just wait. Just wait till you get online, and you see what happened." And the reason I asked him is because I have the studio that I use, my setup upstairs is down the way. His bedroom is on the other side. Whatever. When you want to talk about yelling, when Aaron Gordon hit that 3 last night against the Oklahoma City Thunder, and I don't think I've yelled that much when it was not a game I had some kind of drastic rooting interest in, but yet I knew I was about to go, I was going to have to record the mismatch right after this. And so me and Jacoby are sitting there waiting, and I'm like, all right, we're going to record right after this. And the whole game, the Thunder were winning that game. Like, that was a Thunder win. They're up 13 with like 6 minutes left before they got walked down. And then, you know, when you're the guy that all the time has been berated because you're talking about playoff scars and you're talking about veteran teams win and older teams win, and the playoffs are about problem solving, and the playoffs are about, you know, being in these situations over and over and over again, and then you look up at the end and, oh, the young team lost. And to have the young team and the young coach vomit all over themselves while the vet team walked them down, I mean, it wasn't about the two teams. It was about the things that I talk about all the time came to fruition, and it was euphoria. It was euphoria. Before I get to anything, I welcome John Roser to the show. John Roser, a.k.a. the Cologne Ranger, the Body Spray Bandit, Senor Sack, Johnny Backpole, Johnny Bearcat, the Grim Roser, John Asparagus, Johnny Neck Carb, John Lance. Oh, Dr. Thunder! He's Yogi Roser. Talk about your thunder, talk about your thunder, talk about your thunder. Johnny Roser. Yeah!
More upset about my Celtics last night. Way more upset about my Celtics.
Yeah, you did. In fact, I asked you yesterday before we went out here, would you be more surprised if the Knicks beat the Celtics or the Nuggets beat the Thunder?
And I said the Knicks beat the Celtics.
And you said the Knicks beat the Celtics.
And I would still stand on that when it comes to game 2 also.
Would you stand on it with the Celtics with a 20-point lead with 6 minutes to go in the third quarter?
Yeah.
Had to feel pretty good.
I
had to feel pretty good.
Honestly, still feel really good about the Celtics in the series.
Just missed another 3. Devin Walker's back in town. He is the microphone mangler. Senor Quasadilla, Mr. Math, Navajo Joe, the reporter, the photographer, Sir Hiss, he's Walker 93.
The most bum-aid franchise with the goofiest fan base.
Hey.
Hold that L.
I hope Daily Thunder's tuned in.
Oh, they're not locked in today.
Oh,
I don't see y'all in the chat today. Oh, they're real. I don't.
Daily Thunder's not there.
What happened to the Daily Thunder?
They were there every day, popping their twin.
What happened to the Daily Thunder?
When Chet got to the free throw line, he started dancing like a stripper. I was like, oh yeah, we good, baby. We go. Let's go. I was so, like you said, you screamed last night.
Oh my God.
Oh, I was playing 2K. I had to stop the game. I was so happy. Thank you, Nuggets.
Hey.
Thank you.
Fun to watch.
So fun.
Fun to watch. That was a fun. I tell you this. Last year, the playoffs were abysmal. Truly. Yeah.
The first round had some good matchups, and then it was just
Celtics and the
Knicks and the Sixers.
That was it. That's where the list ends.
Yeah.
That was about the only great. And then we ended up with by the time it was all over, we ended up with the Celtics and the Mavs. And all right, I'm going to get to all of this with Tony. I hate watching the Celtics play. How about that for a hot one?
I mean, that's not that hot, bro.
No.
Who enjoys that basketball?
They chuck, bro. It's a lot of chucking,
dude,
bro.
it drives me nuts when I sit there and watch Jason Tatum at the end of the game taking 3 step-back threes. I'm like,
he forgets he's 6'10" so much, bro.
Drive to the basket.
In the third quarter, they took 20 shots. They took 19 threes.
Yeah.
That is not basketball. I'm sorry. It's math. I got it. It's math. I don't want to watch that.
You're 6'10".
I don't want to watch math.
Jason Tatum doesn't realize he's 6'10". He gets a switch on Jalen Brunson, who's my height. You know what he does? Instead of getting him to the post, what are you doing?
He did it with Mitchell Robinson, too.
It's so weird,
Mitchell
bro.
Robinson.
Oh, you would have loved this last night. You know, I texted you guys on Friday, and I went home and I said, why do kids not care about Jalen Brunson in the way they do normally little guys that perform at this crazy high level? My son said, because he's fundamental. And I was like,
respectfully,
it's like a guard Tim Duncan, right? Like the way it's not flashy, right?
Yeah.
It was his point. And I said, you don't like footwork? And he started cracking up. And then last night on both those step back threes that Jalen Brunson did, I said, footwork.
Yeah.
I said, get in footwork. Enough of this.
Side to side crap.
Learn
Check
the
his
footwork.
Tony Allen is the grind father. He joins us on Tuesdays, brought to you by ESCO. He is in, I believe, Dallas, Texas. I think he was in Dallas, Texas. He was going to be doing an interview, he told us, remember, with Monte Ellis?
Yeah.
Tony Allen joining us. I believe
Young TA, what a fresh chop. That boy sliced today, boy. You say, that boy got the tape on the side? Okay, TA.
Hold on now. What happened in Dallas? You find a barber in Dallas?
No. You know, I'm Memphis based on my barber side. Shout out Chopping Mike, man. Y'all need to check him out, man.
Yeah, you chop right now.
Chopping Mike did a good job, Mike. Hey, good job, Chopping Mike. Good job, Chopping Mike.
He got him in the door right now.
Hey, and I like how you blurred out your background so we can't see that La Quinta this time.
Can't see the hole in the wall, TA.
Can't see the hole in the wall.
Yeah, I got a little clever, huh?
Hey, have you already done the Monte Ellis interview or no?
Yeah, we did the Monte Ellis interview yesterday. They had me working overtime yesterday. I did 2 interviews in one day.
Who was it?
Monte Ellis and Shannon Brown.
Oh, Shannon Brown.
Did you ask him about Keisha Cole?
Keisha Cole.
You know he used to date Keisha Cole back in the day.
Wow.
You ain't tapped into it? Come on now.
Monica.
Hey,
is it Monica?
Yeah, it was Monica.
My bad, Monica.
Hey,
my bad.
We didn't get into that. We ain't know.
My bad.
Hey,
not the Wendy Williams type cats.
Hey, look, we're gonna watch the whole interview. Just tell me, what is Monte Ellis doing now?
Oh, he's running a youth academy where he trained kids all throughout the year.
Wow.
Give them mental stability, great focus. He talked a lot about just upbringing the youth, with basketball.
Yeah.
You do have the answers to the test. You can bring your kid to his academy. And he spoke very well, man. I was excited. I had to let him know, man. I treated him just as much film that I watched on Kobe. I put him in that same category because he could go out for big numbers if you're gonna be prepared for the stuff that he do.
Monte Ellis is the perfect example of a guy that is built for the kids don't remember Monte Ellis was a problem videos on Twitter, on YouTube, on Instagram, whatever. When you see the Monte Ellis highlights, you're like, oh, wow. That is one of those guys. Just a mega athlete and a bucket. That is for sure. For a lot of years.
A lot of years. And people forget he came out of high school too.
Yeah, right.
Averaging 44 points a game in high school.
Yeah, he was a problem, bro.
44 points a game. All right, let's start with the Celtics and the Knicks. What does Tony Allen think about 45 missed threes in a basketball game?
And I see everybody complaining about it, but in reality, when they hitting those shots, everybody was like, yo, this is amazing. I remember time, Chris, you got on here and said, yo, this is insane. You was loving it. But now when they miss
no, that's not true, Tony. Don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
Put that smart on you, bro.
Plenty times you was like just so amazed about what the Celtics was doing, shooting this three ball. You know how many shots they get up. But now when they don't fall and the other team push the ball back down their throat and play how the Celtics should be playing, attacking and letting the attack open up those threes, I think this is the result you're going to get. They're not – I think that last year they had an easy route getting to the final.
They did.
I think this year is going to be a year that, the Knicks think otherwise, man, because they were more powerful. They even tried a defensive scheme with Coach Tibbs. You got to give him his kudos. They put Towns on Tatum at times, and he still shot jump shots.
I will say this, though. You feel like, and again, this is the whole basis of it. You're going to shoot 1,000,000 threes. They're going to sit there and say, well, they missed 45 threes. They just couldn't make anything. And over the course of 7 games, the math is going to work our way. We're going to hit enough. Again, we don't have to hit enough every time. We got to hit enough 4 times. And they are just going to fire them up. I hate it.
60 of them things. 60 of them things.
I do. I know you said 60. That I have lauded it in the past. I can't stand that kind of basketball where it's just, they took 1 2-point shot in a quarter. One. Yeah, bro. I don't want to watch a team shoot 20 shots and 19 threes. That's crazy.
Yeah, who gonna remind Jason Tatum that he's 6'11", bro?
Who's gonna remind Jason Tatum that it's 3 things happen when I get the ball? I score, I get fouled, and I assist. Right. That should be the seek and destroy mindset he should have anyway. This is that time where, shots, some shots are not going to fall, but we can't be looking at that. We got to be looking at trying to win the game. And trying to win the game, shooting all them shots don't represent trying to win a damn game, man. Attack the ball. I don't think he understands.
But also, loose balls. You had Holiday and White that were kind of doing some role player stuff for the Celtics. But, you had Josh Hart was everywhere.
Yes.
You felt like he was always in the mix. OG Anunoby is a guy that we have not talked about a tremendous amount. That was a huge breakout for him last night with the 29 points. But also, he's the one getting the assignment the majority of the time. And there are all these stats that he has done a great job on Tatum throughout time. You have him, you have Hart, who's flying around everywhere, and then you have Mikal Bridges, who could not get a shot to drop for the life of him, and yet, just filled up the entire box score with steals and blocks and rebounds and assists, and including the game-winning rip away from Jaylen Brown. And he played 50-something minutes in the game.
That's real hooper stuff, bro.
That's the Tibbs to the extreme, Tony.
Yeah, he gonna wear your ass down. For sure he gonna wear your ass
50?
down.
50. What's the most minutes you think you played in the NBA game, Tia?
I think I played probably like a 48-minute game before.
And you was what? You was gassed?
No, I was in shape. Sorry.
You think you played an entire game one time? No way. No
yeah,
way.
when I played the Denver Nuggets.
You played the most minutes you played in the game, Tony Allen. You played 50 minutes in the game at one point.
What?
It says Tony Allen's most played minutes in an NBA game were 50 minutes.
Where that was it?
What game?
Oh, let me find it. Hold on. Let me try to find it. Hold on.
God, that's 3 Lionel Hollins games.
Let's see. Box score. Let me see if I can find it.
Hey, I was fighting the good fight back in those days. 50 minutes. That take us 3 games to get to, TA.
It said 50 minutes. Let me see when you play 50 minutes.
Hey, because you're getting 18, 18, and 14.
18 and 14.
What's 6 on the clock? He coming straight out the game.
My new position is left side of the coach.
Let me see. Let me try to find it. Give me some time. I'll try to find it.
50 minutes in a game. Wow. I wonder if that was it had to be pre-ACL, right?
Probably so. Probably after. No, post. I got strong after. But listen, hey, who ain't catching no slack for this? Porzingis, he stunk it up yesterday, bro. And
he was sick, TA.
He said he got sick. He only played like 13 minutes.
Yeah, he got sick of sucking. Tell him, Tony.
Man, come on, bro.
Tell him, Tony.
He got sick of sucking, bro.
He was trash. He was trash. He was trash.
He's the one that makes him unbeatable too. Like
he was trash.
He's the one that unlocks him.
Yeah.
He was trash.
He was trash.
Hey, I'll tell you this.
Jalen Brown was too.
OG Anunoby with a couple of those big shots and the Mikal Bridges 3 down the stretch. You know who else? They also got our boy Brunson off the hook. He hit those 2 big threes, and then he threw that thing all over the yard twice. Hey, how about the travel where he just like held the ball in his hand before he made the move, and then the one where he drove in, turned around, and just threw it into the stands between 2 guys. It was like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
he ain't exactly the best playmaker all the time, but he can get a bucket.
The one he missed down the regulation.
That's one thing you don't estimate about JB Big Body Benz, man. He gonna get it done. I ain't gonna front. He gets it done.
He is. And he's got Holiday on him. They're throwing wings at him. He's throwing everything at him, and he is a bucket. My God,
yeah,
he is an absolute bucket, and he's got so many like crafty moves. I cannot believe he missed that game winner. Seriously, out of 100 times, that's got to go in 98, right?
Yes.
Because that was such a great play, too. Towns hit him right on the run, and then
pushed Drew Holiday off.
How many times does he miss it?
And on left side, it was a left side too. Tia was a right side.
No, it was left side.
Left side, yeah. Left side floated off the backboard, bro. He missed it. I'm like,
Tony, I do have one where you played 48 minutes. You played all 48 minutes in a game.
Was he in a Grizzlies uniform?
No, he was in a Celtics uniform. It was December 15th, 2006 against Denver. You had 30 points and 8 rebounds. You played all 48 minutes in a 119-114 win.
Oh, you know what? He has brought up this game before because that's when he says he busted Carmelo.
Wait, he busted Carmelo in that game?
No, Carmelo had more points, right, I think.
Yeah, he did, but he lost.
He did lose. Your team won, Tony. You've got that on him.
How many Carmelo have?
I did not see. Let me go back to it. I didn't have the box score. I just had Tony's log.
He played 44 minutes as the Grizzlies.
He had 42. He said Tony's watched the tape 1,000 times. He knew exactly how many.
He had 42.
He knew exactly how many points he had.
He had 42.
Hey, Chris. I'm probably the only retired NBA player watching his highlights more than anybody.
Oh my God!
Wait, hey, you watch your own current highlights more than anybody else?
Yes. Hey, you know what, dude? This exact game, he has brought. Look, and this is one that he would be top of mind. Over the years, he has brought this one up many times because he'll talk about the 30-point game. He's like, you remember when I went heads up with Carmelo? We was going.
I was going band for band.
Band for band. Band for band with Carmelo Anthony.
It's funny, though, because I that shoot-around, I remember it so vividly. Like, Paul Pierce trying to tell me, like, what to do and how to do it. I'm like, I don't want to hear that. I'm about to start, man. Get out of here. Don't out of here. Hey, Paul Pierce said, all right, we're going to give your ass 40. Boy, did he give me 40. Oh, he just spoke of 40 on this list.
40, bro. Is he? You think is he one of the best ever to not win a championship?
That's why they call him the truth.
Yeah, I agree. He is the truth, but Melo, I ain't gonna lie, that man, he was a monster. I'm glad they about to do something with I think retiring his jersey. Or
Hall
something.
of Fame.
Hall of Fame, bro.
I mean, Hall of Fame. Yeah,
You got the Hall of Fame. Yep.
Shut up, Melo.
All right. So, anyways, if you are on, tell me how you feel if you're a Celtic, how you feel if you're a Knick, from your point of view.
No, I mean, if I'm a Knick, I'm feeling good. We came in here to get one, but the thing is, how do you impose your will again that second time? How do you kick them? Because right now, I'm pretty sure the Celtics are wondering, like, yo, what we got to do? There's going to be some adjustments offensively. What are we going to do? What are they doing defensively that's getting us out of rhythm? So I'm pretty sure they're going to come up with something. They always been a high-power offensive team. But, I mean, if you just have to just sit back and just let the smoke clear, you could dissect the Knicks, man. This is how you got to find ways to start going at Jalen Brunson, making him defend. You know what I mean? I think they didn't do that. You doing side. If you see some of them threes that they took, they doing side step threes, and man, this is the playoffs, man. Get to that line, get to the foul line. So I'm pretty sure the Celtics are a little stunned right now, but the Knicks, I mean, they got everything in their favor right now.
You think they're going to be driving to the basket in the next game?
I gotta be, bro.
You got to put that pressure. I mean, they got those 3 fouls on Towns. That's the crazy thing. Towns gets pulled out of the game. He's out of the mix. We've seen this from Towns in the playoffs 1,000 times. He gets the early fouls. Now he's out of the mix. He can't be effective. They sit him the rest of the half. You come back out in the third quarter and you shoot 23s.
Step back.
You know what I mean? It's like, bro, if you get Towns out of this game, they got a real problem on their hands. And instead, they just there was all kinds of fouls in the first half. There's 27 fouls called and 39 free throws in the first half of that game. And then the second half, there was 14 fouls called and 18 free throws the rest of the game. And obviously that played into the Knicks' favor when that game ended up becoming much more of a war. I mean, it was a wildly inconsistently called game because they called every bump in the first half and got guys in foul trouble. And then the second half, they didn't call anything. Not that there was that much to call considering the Celtics were – I just thought the Celtics, by shooting all those threes, you're also totally letting them off the hook. It was kind of wild. I don't know. That was bad strategy.
Bad strategy. Jaylen Brown, 1 for 10. Derek White, 5 for 16. Drew Holiday, 2 for 7. Al Horford, 1 for 5. Chris Vernon, a.k.a. Peyton Pritchard, 2 for 5. Sam Hauser, 0 for 2.
How about Derek White shooting 16 threes?
16 trays, TA. 16, bro, in a playoff game.
And that's the thing, man. They got comfortable like that all season, man. I'm telling you, man, it's been a lot of highlights this year where we praised them for doing that and just thought it was so amazing. It don't look so good when it's on the big stage and we getting these long rebounds, putting them as, fast break layups right down your throat. And it's like, go ahead, my bad.
It's crazy. It was like you needed a 3 at the end of the game. They were scared to shoot it.
Right.
Y'all all of a sudden scared now? Tatum didn't want to shoot. Then Jalen didn't want to shoot. Then they swung to Al Horford.
Swing to Al Horford.
Al Horford in the corner for the tie? Nah, we good, bro. We good. We good. We good.
That one Celtics basketball. Being a retired Celtics player and, being a fan of those guys for over the years, I didn't think that was Celtics basketball. That looked more so like the Phoenix Suns or Dan Antonio.
I'll tell you this: you're much. I got it. You're a former Celtic. You're on a title team with the Celtics. You're always gonna love the Celtics. You're much more of a Knick in this iteration of the Celtics and the Knicks. I could see you on that Knicks team.
I wouldn't be missing on the defensive end with those guys. Bridges, Adebayo, Hart.
God.
And those guys play with multiple effort. I'm talking about they trust one another on the defensive end. They cover for one another on the defensive end.
Every possession too. They don't take it off.
Even when they switch, they switch up into a player and getting in the stance. It's like you could see it. Tibbs got them boys on the string, man. So yeah, I wouldn't go on nutters on a team like that. But man, it was ugly watching them guys,
Why is Tibbs a good defensive coach? Because that's who you came up with, and obviously had a profound impact on what you became.
They say you eat, sleep, and breathe basketball, right, T.A.?
Yeah, he do. That's all he do. But I mean, he demand that off the rip. I mean, there's been times where we practice and we thinking we about to do something as far as offense. Here he come with a defensive strategized game where you have to score. Well, only for you to get the point on the score, you got to come back down and get a stop. And he might call out a defense where, he want the bigs to either show, or he want the bigs to be in drop, or he want everybody to switch. Whichever defense he called out on the reverse end after you guys get the bucket, that's your point. We play games like that up to like 5, real competitive. And
wait. So the only way you get a point is if you get a stop?
Yeah, like you get it. Say you score, right? So now you got to stay on that score with a stop. And so we play games like that up to 5, and you be seeing him like one of those linebacker coaches talking to the players, like, "Come on, get up, man!" Like he real enthused, like he got a lot of energy. Like you love playing for Tibbs. Now I don't know if he got a little older now. He's been coaching for a while now. I don't know if he that into it now, but. He's always.
I bet he is.
There's so many players that say Tibbs is their favorite coach of all time just because he got that fire. You know what I'm saying?
And he'll let you know if you out here playing hard, playing on defense, and keeping the main thing, which is the defense in first, and we'll let that dictate our offense. I think players can understand what they signing up for. You know what I mean? I think that's why I put all them guys together now. The Villanova clique.
This is also interesting, T.A. When you talk about the games that you guys used to play, so like if you go down and you score and then you come down to the other end, you have to get a stop for that score to have counted. And those are the kind of games you play. And obviously it's going to give you an edge, and you guys are going to compete. This isn't just like going through the motions and now keeping a score on a scoreboard, right? Like it's not going to count unless you get the stop. And so everybody has to be locked in. I think one of the things, and I have heard you and Kevin and Paul and all these guys from the past, especially those old Celtics teams, one of the things that you guys have talked about quite a bit, which stands out to me, and it is something in stark contrast to teams now, is how often and how hard you practiced. Mm-hmm. And that is just not the case anymore. Like, dude, you saw when they were announcing Tomas Isolo as the new coach of the Grizzlies, they said they had practiced twice. He had 2 practices. Since he had become the coach, they only had 2 practices. Like the whole time leading up to, those last whatever games it was, 9, 10 games of the season, and then the playoffs, that they had 2 practices. And it's like, You guys always talk about it, and I think like the whole iron sharpens iron thing like is a real deal. I think that there is something that has taken place with some of these teams that get right, because I'm going to bet that it probably got on their nerves, but I'll bet you Mike Malone practiced as much as anybody in the NBA, right? The coach that was at Denver. And you see a lot of these teams and the practice time, everybody's so worried about keeping their players healthy and how many games we have in how many days. And it's like somehow the Knicks play their guys more minutes than everybody, and they're all healthy in the second round of the playoffs. And also you watch them on those multiple rotations and everything, and it makes me think about how much you guys have talked about the value of practicing in the past, which is something I feel like we have lost in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I don't know for sure. These guys not practicing. And one thing about that, what I always thought it did was, like, say like you might be in a little funk or whatever, right? You ain't putting up the numbers that you normally put up, or you just in a funk. You're not playing with over a 4 or 5 game period span. And then you got those 3-4 days off. The first day might be a light practice, second day might be a competitive practice, third day you tone it down a little bit, fourth day it's close to a shoot around. Well, within those days where we got to compete, I'm using this as time to sharpen my utensil, because you got to figure, I'm trying to get back in rhythm for the next 5 games where I could be, averaging double figures, helping in the rebound category, helping in my steal category. I'm active, I'm confident, and I always thought that was the spearhead of it to get back on track.
Also gave you an opportunity to impress coaches.
Yeah, and let them know
right?
that I'm
yeah.
the main thing. And that's winning basketball games. And I don't know. I wouldn't see guys practicing in the playoffs at this time of the year.
Sure. No.
But for sure, they cut that out. I know they cut that out. Ain't no practice. Every practice is a shoot around practice.
They say that's true of the NFL too. And that was a Players Association thing. That in terms of the limits and how many times they can be in pads and all that kind of stuff. That those old school teams that were mega physical used to they'd run you into the ground. You know what I mean? They would. You know what I mean? These guys were live hitting throughout the week.
On Thursday. It's Thursday.
You go see the old, even teams that you would think are flashy teams, like those old Jimmy Johnson Cowboys teams. They practiced all the time. Bill Belichick, he freaking practiced in the snow. You know what I mean? In New England. Yeah. And nowadays it's there's only so many days you're allowed to practice. There's only so many days you're allowed to even have them in pads. And, I think that there are some that, covered old school football that think there's some level of physicality and edge, that came with that makes it much harder to have the best product you can possibly have. And I understand player safety. I do. But
you got to be able to walk, man.
It is what it is. And it is very fascinating to see that the Knicks play guys 50 minutes and yet everybody's healthy.
And they
How's
got
that? How's that?
And they got all the wings and we ain't got none.
Right.
How they got 85 wings, TA?
Great strength and conditioning program. I mean,
well, you know what? They got the guy from Dallas.
The Dallas there. They got
the
Dallas
guy the Casey. What's his name? The guy that was Dirk's best friend, who Luka loved. Who that was another one that they blame Nico for. That he was on the bench for 20-something years and was well regarded as the best, medical guy, strength and conditioning guy, and. Now he has gone to the Knicks, and they have been the healthiest team.
Casey Smith, bro.
Casey Smith.
Casey Smith's his name.
Durable, too, man. Them some durable guys.
Bro, you playing 51 minutes?
That many minutes?
51 minutes in an NBA game. 2 players played 97 minutes combined, and Mikal Bridges looked better as the game went on, TA. How does it work?
He did. And you could tell, he ready for the moment. They trying to win. These guys are really trying to win, and for him to hit that shot in the corner down the stretch, I said, "Oh, that's a big shot."
Did he snatch the ball from Jalen?
He's a straight.
Give me that.
Hey, he is a straight freak of nature. I'm gonna knock on wood here.
He's a little excited right now, though.
He plays.
Hey, look,
bro.
He
plays.
He
always plays. He's always available.
That's why I'm saying he's a freak of nature, and I'm gonna knock on wood here. Were you on the broadcast last night? Did you hear them say he has never missed a game since his junior year of high school?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
I got it. I remember it being a thing that he's got this consecutive game thing in the NBA, but I didn't realize it went back to Villanova and high school. What are we talking about?
Yeah, they say also to high school, he's eating Chipotle every day. That's his diet since high school. He's only eating Chipotle.
He eats the same thing.
Eats the same thing.
What's the order? Look it up. The Mikal Bridges Chipotle order.
I got it right here.
Maybe we just all need to start eating Chipotle all the time, Tony.
We don't.
You know who else?
Here it goes. I get white rice, no beans, double chicken, medium and mild salsa, corn and lettuce. That's his Chipotle order.
Every day.
Every day. For the last 10 years.
For the last 10 years, that's what he eats.
What in the big back kind of meal is that?
Hey, come on. No, ain't no big back about no Chipotle.
What'd he say? He said white rice?
White rice, no beans, double chicken, medium and mild salsa, corn and lettuce.
And that's it?
That's it.
And just in a bowl?
In a little bowl. He mix it up together. Smash it.
This man's got no inflammation.
No inflammation, bro.
He's got no inflammation.
Since high school, TA, that's what he been smashing, bro.
Yeah, and I know you're sitting there. You're in Dallas eating cheeseburgers.
Eating Whataburger and Chick-fil-A.
You're eating Whataburger. You're eating In-N-Out burger. You're eating What a
cookout. You eat cookout.
Cookout. Yeah. Hey, you know what? You can't speak on that, bro. When you were a player here, you used to come into the show and then you'd be like, "Man, I'm heading over to Blue Monkey, get some of the barbecue egg rolls." No wonder you were load managing. This guy's eating chicken and rice every day of his life, and he hadn't missed a game.
Every day.
He is doing something right, man. I can't pray. He's doing something right, man. And
didn't he debo Jalen Graham?
That was a bad. In fairness, that was a bad pass because that was kind of an in between pass. But he did debo him. He did rip that ball away. Give me that.
And he hold his hat on the defensive end. I ain't gonna fret. I remember when they came to Memphis this year. He walked back here. He got a big stop at the end, and he told me, he said, "T.A., I wasn't finna let him just do me like that 2 times."
He is so ridiculously long, too. He's one of those that you need to see in person. His arms go down to, like, his knee. Yeah. He's got this, like, freaking 50-foot wingspan.
He's perfect Grizzly, T.A.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should have added one more first rounder.
Oh, he would have missed games if he played for us.
His streak would have been over.
He ain't playing back-to-backs for us.
Because I tell you this, that Chipotle we got on Union is terrible.
It would have been something else in that chicken, bro.
They would have messed up his order, and he would have had to miss a game.
Boy, had a salmonella messing with us, bro. Shout out Mikal Bridges, though, man.
All right, the second game. Okay.
Well, you mentioned the minutes. Yep. I found a 48-minute game. Tony also played in a Grizzlies uniform.
No.
In a Grizzlies uniform?
And this is what? No, this was an all-timer. You'll remember this.
3 overtime?
No, it was an overtime game at Golden State. We were down 24 in the second half, and we came back and won the game in overtime.
Free TA.
But Tony played 48 minutes in that game.
Free TA, man.
Tony, you had 11 points, 12 rebounds, 6 steals.
6 steals.
Oh, you got active.
That was a Fizdale year. Zebo had 26 off the bench.
Oh,
you played 48 minutes?
Yeah, Tony played 48 of the 53 minutes in that game.
Wow.
Yeah.
48 minutes.
And hey, both of those games that you played 48 minutes, you won both of them.
So put me in the game, coach. Put me in the game.
Free TA, man.
Listen, all right, so the second game.
Man.
Tell
me about it. Tell me about it. Chet choked. Chet choked.
Hey, can you give me Andre, your son's phone number, please?
Yeah, we got some. Yeah, can you please give it to us? We got to send him some memes soon.
I got some memes I need to send to him. Hey, no, those SGA shorts he sent me. With him rocking his SGA shorts, he's Mr. SGA. Look, he's gonna learn a lesson about being a little kid, right? We need to get him some Aaron Gordons. We need to get him some of them Chinese shoes that Aaron Gordon's wearing.
The 365s that Jokic is wearing.
Those 365s that Jokic is wearing.
Yeah.
We need, buddy. Yeah. Oh, give me his phone number, TA. I can't wait to see. Let me catch him on the street.
Yeah.
Hey,
one thing about Oklahoma City, man, they fans, and I gotta say this, it's a great culture. I love it. But I thought they was a little dead last night.
You thought they got a little nervous?
They were sitting on their hands, bro.
Nervous.
They get a little shaky,
it was
bro.
Like they wasn't like normally when they get a lead, they just rocking, they going out. But they was like the way Joker was on their heels, man.
Walk down, gang.
Walk them down.
Hey, here's the thing. And I have been taking beatings all season long because I have been the Thunder skeptic. And look, they trashed the Grizzlies. I never said the Grizzlies would be able to beat them, okay? But the reason I'm a skeptic is because we have a long, long history in the NBA of older teams winning. All right? This goes back, like, everybody's best player is always like 27, 28 years old. That's generally what we're talking about. Even Jaylen Brown was 27 last year when he won the Finals MVP. And there's something about the maturation, and it's also about going through the playoffs a lot of different times. And it's interesting because on one hand, I am the one that says you've got to get your scars and you've got to go through it and you've got to learn how to problem solve and you've got to learn how to deal with it. And your second best player can't be Jalen Williams, okay? I'm sorry. Like, he's too young. And it's not Jalen Williams' fault. It's the same thing I used to talk about with the Grizzlies. It's the same thing I've talked about with all manner of other teams. And it's not like right now, as I said last night on the mismatch, everybody's trying to trade Jalen Green. I would never trade. I would be so scared to trade Jalen Green right now. What happened to Jalen Green and what happened to Jalen Williams last night is very equal. Like, those guys are infinitely better players than what they showed. We know that. But once you get to the playoffs, and you can speak to this, Tony, every single one of your, like, you made Klay Thompson, who is going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, you made Klay Thompson look horrible in the playoffs. Horrible. We know Klay Thompson's a first ballot Hall of Famer, but there is somebody on the other side that knows your game film. There is a chalkboard that has your name on it, and it says take away this, this, and this. And young players have to go through it over and over again. And then the best ones are the ones that end up becoming elite level playoff performers. But the first couple of times that they see it, they're going to look terrible in many, many cases. I've seen it over and over and over again. We did it years ago. We all came in here and we're talking about, oh my God, how is Ja Morant hurt playing against Minnesota? Ja Morant wasn't hurt. Ja Morant was being guarded by a 6'8" guy, and then there was another big guy that was standing at the free throw line. He had nowhere to drive, nowhere. And so you had big Desmond Bane performances, you had big, Brandon Clark performances. But, like, to me, last night was, again, this is like problem solving. This is that vet team, they never got rattled. Never. They never got rattled. They're down 13 with what, 6 minutes left? Something like that?
Yeah, Coach Jokic got him right. Coach Jokic got him right.
So, and it was 11 with like 4:10 left or something.
If you can, Tony, because obviously we're not in locker rooms and we've never been part of the playoffs like you, what is the level of detail that is going into a defensive scheme when you are only preparing for one team in the playoffs versus what it is on a night-to-night basis through the regular season?
I mean, each night could change up. I mean, you could start off with certain coverages. You could start off with switching, things of that nature. Once you got a guy that's, eating you alive in that coverage, the next game we have to make adjustments. Hell, in game you have to make adjustments. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
Nothing goes as planned from game to game. And they find out what's hurting you. Once you find out what's hurting you, you have to make that adjustment before you'd be down 20 or 30 going into the fourth. So, I mean, it's detailed from the start of the offense to some of the out-of-timeout plays to the underneath out-of-bounds plays. Everything is detailed. Sometimes we used to underneath out of bounds. I remember playing on a team in Boston where we'll be zone. We'll start out zone if they go underneath out of bounds, and then once the ball get in, we scramble to a man. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it's so detailed that if you in a game and you haven't paid attention to that and you still in the zone, and we told ourselves we was going man once off the first pass, we scrambling into a man, and you still stuck in zone, you give up a back door, hell, that might be the reason why we lose the game. Or that might be a key reason we going to pinpoint when we go to film to even make the adjustments. You know what I mean? So you got to stay detailed all throughout the playoffs.
You think they told them, because I remember last night, I'm watching this stuff too, from last night. It was a lot of physicality with them. It was like the big wings, the Watson, the Aaron Gordon. It was all the physical wings that was guarding him and kind of like pushing him off his spot. And you think that was kind of what they told him to you, is like, get physical with him, don't let him get to that 15-footer and make it tough for him? Because I'm watching all of his shots right now, and it's all just tough shots.
Yeah.
You got to realize that's the MVP. He's going to be the MVP. I mean, everybody going to have their antennas up for him. I mean, he calls that much attention. But you got to realize guys are just being pieces to the puzzle on the defensive end. Okay, we're going to throw this guy at him. Okay, we're going to throw Brian at him. Okay, we're going to throw Watson at him. We're going to throw Aaron at him. Actually, Rush, you can get him a few possessions. And keep fresh bodies on guys like that and crowded space. I'm pretty sure that was probably the first thing they said. Let's show a wall with Shea at all times. Anytime he get the ball from the rebounds, anytime he get it on the outlet pass, let's make sure Shea sees a crowd. And when you got scores like that that's in the league that's averaging 30, that can give you 50 on any given night, you have to be aware of where they at all times on the court. But
and what was fascinating, and then we have seen this on the Jokic front, over and over again, and coaches will relent on this, but you've got a decision to make. Are we going to continue to bring the extra attention to Jokic, and then he's just going to make the right play every time and get everything humming, or are we going to turn him into a scorer? And we're just going to say, we've got to live with it. And because he doesn't want to score 42.
He doesn't want to score. He had 22, I think, at like the 9 or 8 minute mark last night.
Dude.
He ended up with 42.
Tony, that guy, there's nothing to do with him.
Like you play like the big cousin that come over for the Thanksgiving.
Just leaning on you, TA. Just leaning on you.
There's no. How about when he got that ball? And look, and this is what we were crying about Jaren getting locked up by Caruso. Yeah. Did you see when Caruso got the switch on him? Man, he put him into the first row.
Get your little ass.
He backed him down. I mean, how many times did he just back down guys and turn around and just hit a little
Chet got it too.
2-footer.
It was Chet was like,
now, I'll tell you this, and that's the other thing on the Chet front. We've seen this with Mobley. We've seen this with Jaren. We're seeing it with this Jabari. And, he's going to put on weight eventually, but how many times did he get tomato-chested last night, Tony?
Boy.
Oh, my God. Russell Westbrook drove straight into his chest, and I texted these guys. I called him Tomato Chet.
Everyone said, hey.
And that's the thing, man.
B-Rabbit, man. Get out of here.
I mean, you got to realize, man, whenever you playing with Joker, he gives you a chance. So you could just imagine how fired up those guys is to come through and connect for him. But I think that's gonna be the new defense. Let's just let him kill, let him get his buckets. But if we could be more effective on the offensive end with Jalen Williams, I ain't gonna lie. If Jalen Williams hit 6 or 7 of them shots, 5 more of them shots,
I know
it's a different result.
I think it's a different ball game.
Of course it is.
I think Oklahoma City is in a good place right now. I think they're going to go back and get the adjustments. But ain't no stopping Jokic. We could just get that out of our mind. He going to get what he going to get. It's just not having Westbrook being effective and all over the
here's the thing. Here's the thing, Tony. Aaron Gordon had a really good game. Murray was not great except for the first quarter, and Porter made nothing last night. I'd be a little worried about that.
Yeah, he took an edible during the game, bro.
Dude, Michael Porter Jr. just took the ball and ran back court with it.
That was crazy.
What was that? It's not like you had to toe the line and you fell back court. You just took the ball. You ran back court.
He's trying to get his brother out of prison.
Bro, my guy was out there drunk, bro. Then on defense, Jokic was yelling at him yo, what are you doing?
Jokic coaches the team.
He's coaching the team, bro. Making adjustments.
You watch him. He makes subs. He does everything.
That's the real. He is the system.
Yes.
What you doing if Jokic tell you to get in the game, TA? You sit on the bench. Jokic is like, yo, come on.
I'm in. I'm in.
Yeah. And then you got to understand the law.
But the other thing, though, Tony, you watch him and you realize what a basketball genius he is. You watch him at every timeout, and he is vociferously telling those guys what to do on offense and defense. And that's a guy that has solved every problem that has been presented to him, right?
Yeah, it ain't. You're right, Chris. It ain't too much he ain't seen and that he ain't used to. Well, I'm just joking about saying he's the real system, but no, he is the system. He calls so much attention on the high block, the low block, whether he's at the 3 or you just got him flat out in the post. You get what I'm saying? On the sweet side, on the left side, he's going to bring attention, and guys just got to be ready to either cut, shoot, or swing. Them the only 3 options you need to be having in your mind when you play with him.
I know you say that Oklahoma City's in a good spot. You can't. I think losing a game 1 at home is.
It hurt.
Hey, not only that, bro, they had the game the whole game.
Yep.
That one, I think that one hurts a lot because you had that game the whole game and you turned them over 18 times last night. Yeah. That's your game. There's going to come a game where they keep their turnovers low. They're not, you know what I mean? You have to feel it. You even saw with the Grizzlies when they felt it for a couple of games, and it's okay, we can't be loose with the ball around here. We can't do this. We can't do that, because they're just going to swat. They're going to poke it away from you from behind. They're doing like all this activity stuff. And they even said on the broadcast last night, 20%, which is a high number, 20% of their points come off of turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
And they turned over, Denver a million times
at the beginning.
Last
Caruso,
night,
Dort,
they were just
steals,
it was. I mean, they were getting all kinds of steals and getting in transition. It's like, how many games are you getting where Denver's turning it over 18 times?
Yeah, they got 19.3% of their points off turnovers last night.
Yeah, your boy Caruso had 5 steals.
On the other side of it, I would say Oklahoma City, like, this is it. This is the Warriors series against the Grizzlies all those years ago. Like, SGA said it after the game, like, we're gonna see what you're gonna see what you're made of now, because you lost a heartbreaker that you should have had. I think they'll probably be fine in game 2. It's gonna be, you're gonna have to get one in Denver now.
Yeah, man.
And can you do it?
I don't think Jalen Williams gonna go 5 for 21 again. I don't think that's gonna happen. Like, he missed.
Maybe we're gonna find out what they're made of. Like, they were gonna get punched.
Hey, look, dude, you cannot lose a game. You've been sitting around for 8 days, and the other team's playing on 1 day rest after a game 7.
Yeah, put them
I
to
thought
sleep.
the Nuggets were going to get run out last night.
Me too. I thought
they in rhythm. You gotta
realize
realize sitting out. I ain't gonna lie. That's kind of tricky, sitting out that long and then coming to play, because you're not in rhythm, Chris. You gotta realize throughout the year your body is conditioned to play every other night or back to back, or however 4 games in 7 nights, 5 games, 8 nights, however the case may be. You ready for that. I think you tend to get laxed and get complacent, really, when you sit back so long. You come into practice, you watching games on TV, you at home, you just in a comfort zone. When you playing throughout the season, you eager to get to the next game. You fired up. You already focused in. You laser focused. Okay, all right.
It's a lot of wear and tear after a 7-game series,
You already in the rhythm, though. You already in the rhythm. Like, you.
It's still how many games in how many days? You're talking like 7 games in like 10 days, or whatever the hell.
Got it in, yeah. And it was a war, too. It wasn't no little easy game.
Right? It's a lot of games in a short amount of time.
I think I'd rather do rhythm. I'd rather do rhythm than have a long rest.
How many times have we seen teams gas out? Plus, they only play 6 guys for all intents and purposes.
Hey, dude. I mean, they play in altitude. They should be all right.
Right. Well, your conditioning kicking in there. What you've been doing this summer.
I know.
You've been playing at altitude all year. You should be good. You should be good.
But I don't know, man.
There's
Talk
also
about them free throws, bro. Talk about them free throws, because
Let's talk about them.
If he made them free throws, and I mean,
that's the moment. He's a 75% free throw shooter. That's the moment.
When he held the ball like this, when he just got the ball and just held it, I was like, oh,
he took
spooked,
forever to take
He
that.
was spooked, bro.
He did that first
No,
free.
show the first one, bro.
The first one he took forever to take it.
Spooked, bro.
By the way, who did you say was the guy at the very beginning? Was it Choppin' Mike? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
All right, send Chet to him. That haircut is atrocious.
He looked like Sheen from Jimmy Neutron, bro. He looked wild as hell out there, boy.
It is an atrocious
haircut.
haircut.
B Rabbit, bro.
Vet.
He ain't built for it, TA. That boy got to that free throw line, started seeing ghosts.
Look, those guys are going to become men someday too.
Yeah.
Right?
We'll find out if it's this year.
Right. But I'm saying, now,
it's
so
not.
you telling me,
Spoiler alert! It's not!
Yeah, Roser.
Spoiler alert!
OKC,
I
KFC,
was running around my house, bro.
Nuggets
Aaron,
and 6.
OMC.
By the way,
OMC, Nuggets and 6.
hey,
bro.
by the way, and every other media member is going, they have to be throwing up over the Russell Westbrook experience.
I love it.
Russ is shot out of a cannon so far in these playoffs.
Standing ovation last night for Russ.
And what was crazy, look, let me tell you something that was disgusting.
But they went wrong at.
No, how about this, though? But swing. Russ had a chance to win that game last night, and I'm like, oh, my God, if he hits a game winner in Oklahoma City. And that would have been what everybody was talking about today, except for that insane strategy by the Thunder down the stretch to foul up 3.
Tweaking.
With,
they did it. They did it the
there's
first
way
time.
too
It's
much
like
time left in the game.
13.7. The second time was like 10 points. They did it twice in 3 seconds.
That is a last possession strategy.
This what was weird to me right here. This was real weird to me right here.
I got the dunk.
So boom, we up 3, right?
Right, 11 seconds. By the way,
Look at
Jokic is on the bench.
Look at the Jokic, bro, on the bench.
Jokic is on the bench.
Couldn't get in.
No, they have no timeout. They have no timeout. So they can't get Jokic back in the game. And in fact, the announcer's saying, and they can't get Jokic back in the game.
Yep. And what do you do?
And then they foul him.
You save him, bro. You let him put Jokic back in.
And now that makes it a that makes it a 1 point game again. But even earlier, before Jokic was out of the game, with 13.7 left, they fouled Caruso fouled Jokic at the top of the key. I'm like, why are you fouling up 3 with this much time left?
Didn't they tell us about how good their defense is,
Chris,
though? Why don't
Chris, but my thing is, Chris, you up 3, right?
Yes.
Play defense.
Play defense.
They gonna try to score quick. Let them hit a 3. They hit a 3. It's still the ball in our possession to close out the game. They trying to score quick, bro. You feel what I'm saying?
I just don't I think if it's a last possession thing, right? Let the clock run down. And then use your foul, right? If you want to put them on the line and you want to eliminate that. But again, you're not even that's way too much time to start doing that with 13 seconds left, Tony. You got time to get up and down the court. Yeah. If you want to do that with 5 seconds left, fine.
For them.
That's fine. We're going to put you at the line. Because then honestly, because they have no timeout, at that point they're debating, hey, do we miss the second one on purpose? Right? Because we're not going to be able to, they're going to get the ball inbounds. Then we're going to have to go shoot these free throws at the other end. Then we're going to we don't have a timeout to set it up at half court. Yeah. It's like the strategy's terrible. It's a terrible strategy to do it with that much time left.
Make them play the foul game. Don't make you play the foul game. You have the lead. Down. What are you playing the foul game for?
And again, it's a young coach that will learn. He will learn. Love it. He will learn.
Yeah.
Luckily, Jokic is coaching the other team.
Exactly. So Coach Jokic, bro.
Jokic.
Did you see the video of him doing the speech to you in the huddle?
Oh,
Jokic was on one, bro.
Fired up.
He was on one.
Fired up.
Yo, buddy, just over there, man. Hey, also, are you out of all of us? Did you think Russell Westbrook was gonna take that last shot?
Oh, did you not see? Have you seen the video of the Denver broadcast?
Yeah, I saw the Denver broadcast.
In studio, they have a camera on them, and Christian Brown throws it up to Russell Westbrook, and he starts flying down the court, and all 3 announcers go, no.
Bro, I thought he was
They're
gonna shoot
down
it,
1. Hey,
Russell Westbrook is definitely part of the trick-or-treat Tony Allen family.
Oh, my God.
Bro, he shot one in the corner, air ball, next possession, next corner. Bow!
I
was like...
But you can't win without him.
No.
You can't win without him,
Trust and believe. You cannot win without him. So,
because look, they got this right here.
All the heart.
Takes up.
You got this, bro.
He does. He has all the heart in the world.
He also took a poop on the crowd. You see that quote from him?
No.
He was like, yo, it was louder when we played here.
Wow.
He was like, yeah, it was cool and all, but like it was louder when we was here.
I said that before the show started. Hold on now. That crowd was a little, either they were scared or but it just they didn't feel like they was just them rugged fans.
You always thought that was one of the best environments.
And I always thought, man, it felt like a little bit of college, a little bit of high school, a little bit of NBA all in one. Man. When I played there, man, it was so loud. It used to be so loud, bro.
All right. Hey, before I get you out of here, I want to talk about these other series. Everybody in the like right before the Lakers and the Wolves, they put up that ESPN graphic, and every single ESPN reporter, besides I believe Tim Bontemps, picked the Lakers, and they put up the graphic now of the Wolves and the Warriors, and all of them except for one has picked the Wolves.
So, really?
All of them.
They're all picking Minnesota?
And the Wolves are heavy favorite. And I am one that is like, do not sleep on the war. I don't understand why. I got it. I think what's going to happen, Tony, is everybody's going to realize the Lakers were not as good as we thought they were, and Houston is better than you thought they were, right? Yeah. And that's why the Warriors played 7 games and Minnesota played 5, because
Wolves, Bear, Chickens, Pistons, Warriors in 6.
Julius,
you didn't even do that right.
I don't care.
You didn't even do that
was
right.
terrible.
That was so bad.
That did not rhyme.
You tell me what rhymes with Wolves.
Wolves go take a pool. Like, come on, bro.
That
you can get in your
doesn't
bag,
rhyme
bro.
either.
It rhymes better than what the hell you just
I was
said.
naming animals.
Wolves, chicken, bears.
Yeah,
Terrible.
naming animals.
That was. I mean, I didn't even.
Warriors in 6 is the point.
That may have been the worst.
Here's the thing. It feels like everybody is picking Minnesota, and I'm sitting there, and I think you will agree with me, Tony. Don't sleep on this Warriors thing. Like, in the end, the second best player on the Warriors, that guy led a team to the finals twice. The second best player on the Wolves is Julius Randle, and I got it. He was amazing against the Lakers. Here's me betting Julius Randle don't look like against the the Warriors like he did against the Lakers. Like, if there's anything the Warriors are good at, and I hate to bring up bad memory. No, but they are amazing at getting you to do what you don't want to do. That's the institutional knowledge of being in the playoffs for 10-something years. Their game plan is always make you do what you don't want to do, right? We're going to take away the 3 things you love to do, and now you're going to have to, and if it beats us, it beats us, right? But what's going to happen is when they set up that defense, they got 3 basketball geniuses out on the court, and they just got to fill in the blanks with 2 others that can try to get it done. But between Draymond, Jimmy, and Steph, like, they're defensively really, really good as a unit.
And Gary Payton, too.
And setting it up, yeah. And then I know Minnesota's got the size, and Minnesota's. Look at this.
I'm going to go with them for the first time.
10-1, Minnesota. 10-1. I think people are discounting the Warriors. I'm not saying they're going to win. I'm saying that I can't believe it's this overwhelming, that everybody feels the same way.
Yeah, I'm going to go Wolves.
You know what I mean?
Size.
Everybody feels the same way.
Hey, man.
Size matters, bro.
You could go to Minnesota, get a Range Rover, drink a Coca-Cola. Warriors in 5.
Warriors in 5 is
Wolves,
crazy.
Bulls, Tools,
Hey,
Warriors in 6.
Hey, you think do you really think the Warriors are going to win the series?
I only say this because I believe in playoff Jimmy now. I am a believer in playoff Jimmy now. That's a real thing. Steph is giving me that Kobe mentality. He giving me that there's nothing going to stop me from trying to go get my 5th ring. My finger is jammed and all. I'm still going to shoot the ball, and I'm still going to cause havoc while I'm out here on this court. But Draymond Green, his chokehold is so crazy. He get a hold.
Hey, you think Rudy Gobert scared him, TA?
He get a hold of Rudy Gobert.
Hey.
That won't be 21 rebounds.
And let me look, and here comes Chris Vernon being a broken record again. Anthony Edwards is still young. Nobody wants to hear that, and he might be the guy that can do it as the young best player. He might. But let me tell you something. LeBron James didn't, and Michael Jordan didn't, and Steph Curry didn't, and Giannis Antetokounmpo didn't, and none of them, none of them won before I think Giannis was the youngest at 26.
We ain't saying win a title, though. Like, he went to the conference finals last year.
No. 27 is when. But again, if they win this, then you think they're losing the next round? I mean,
they own Denver.
They own Denver.
They own Oklahoma City would be fun with Minnesota, but
I don't think they'll win the title. I think like I said, they was in the conference finals last year. They beat some legends to get there. They ain't this first rodeo going against a all-time.
Stop. That's why I said,
stop.
Just
stop. Stop with the legends. Those legends didn't even make the playoffs this year. That team sucks.
LeBron?
No, Phoenix. And LeBron's team sucks too.
Yeah.
Okay, are we doing the? Okay, bro.
I do think a real thing.
You can't do the 20. He's like 27.
No, I do. No. Last year.
Yes.
Who did that?
It was the West Conference Finals.
I got it. And they beat who to get there?
They beat Braun and they beat what? The Nuggets, right?
No.
Yeah, they
did. Yeah, they beat the Nuggets in the next round.
Yeah, so it's not too far-fetched to say you can't go to the Western Conference Finals again.
Phoenix is the one that I always relent on, where they're like, he's knocked off Durant. I'm like, oh, God.
He's done it before, though, bro. It's not like this ain't too far-fetched. He ain't been the best player on the team last year. He was younger last year. Like, the dude been hooping.
Yeah, so
he been hooping, bro.
Oh, the real thing is Draymond. Like, dude, he can't get suspended. They can't lose him. He's 2 flagrant fouls away from a 1-game suspension, and Rudy Gobert's on the other side, and he tried to choke him out.
That can happen tonight.
And he's 3 technicals or 2 flagrants away from a 1-game suspension. Like, those are both realistic possibilities in this series.
What's going to be interesting to me is when they run that double at Ant to get the ball out of his hands. If those decisions became very easy in the last round, to the point where they turned Rudy Gobert into Wilt Chamberlain. I mean, so you figure that out.
He is not going to look like Wilt Chamberlain.
He might.
Hey,
what big they got?
And does Julius Randle do what he did? Does Jaden McDaniels have averaged 30 a game? Does not, I think that you are going to see the Warriors at least make the Wolves look a lot worse than what the Lakers were ever to make them look. I'm not telling you that the Warriors are going to win. I'm saying that for it to be, okay, they played a fast series, the Warriors played a long series, and this is going to be a wipeout because they've just got too much for them. I think the Warriors are a much more formidable foe than the Lakers will be.
I think so, too. I just think the size thing is going to be a big thing. Because even if you play Gobert off the court, you can put Nas at the 5, run him at the 5. Like, there's so much size they got that they can be a problem.
The Lakers have literally one defender. One in Dorian Finney-Smith.
How many do the Warriors legitimately have? Jimmy Butler and who else? They can guard Ant.
Draymond Green.
They can legitimately guard Anthony Edwards. Come on now. You think Draymond can guard Ant on an island?
I think
I
don't think there's anybody in the NBA that can guard Anthony Edwards on an island. Like, there's nobody that can do that.
Again, you know who else can't be guarded well on an island?
Who, Curry?
Jalen Green, and he just had the most abysmal series possible.
You can't compare him to Anthony
There's
Edwards.
a lot of guys who can't be guarded. You know who else? Like, dude, John Morant can't be guarded one-on-one.
John Morant can't either.
There's a lot of these guys that can't be.
Jalen Green,
you ain't guarding Steph Curry one-on-one. Like,
you're not going to double team.
Hey, get off Ant's nuts, please.
Yeah,
just get off Ant's nuts.
I'm just saying, y'all was doing
make anything when you hang from his
trying to do the he 27 thing. He ain't gonna be able to do it last year. He wiped KD and he wiped
Warriors
Jokic.
in 6.
He wiped KD, he wiped Jokic.
He didn't wipe Jokic.
Dude, the Suns
he won the series. Okay, he won the series.
The Suns last year.
He won the series. Okay, how about that?
We didn't lose to the Suns. The Suns are terrible.
Won the series.
I don't want to hear the Suns.
Okay,
get them out of here.
Since y'all love the Nuggets so much, the Nuggets.
They beat the Nuggets, and that's big time. Game 7 on the road.
Come on,
what did he do in that game, by the way?
Nothing, and then he vomited all over himself against Dallas.
I got you,
he said, "I got Kyrie."
That was not a smart
mistake
by Ant, bro. But
he didn't say, "I got Curry" in this one, did he?
What did he do in Game 7? I don't remember.
Last year?
I was just kidding.
What did he do?
I was just kidding,
I don't
just to make it more fun.
Hey, Wolves back, bro. Golden State, Coco Jones, can I take you on a date? Rosen, stop being a hater. Wolves in 6. Wolves in 6. Wolves back.
I disagree.
6 kids.
Hell yeah. We love a deadbeat.
Hey, what do you do in Game 7, Roser?
I got it right here. Don't worry.
Come on. You're taking a little long on this.
My bad. Game 7 of against Denver?
Yeah.
16 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. 6 of 24 from the field is crazy.
6 for what?
24 from the field is crazy.
Kobe, that's Kobe.
Kobe
did that in Game 7 of the finals against the Celtics.
That's sold out dates, TA. That's sold out dates, bro.
2 for 10. 2 of 10 from 3.
Boy, that boy is 6 of 24 from the field.
If you look up that Dallas series, it gets real gnarly.
Oh, I'm right here, too. He shot 43% in that series, 25 points a game.
In the Dallas series?
9 rebounds, 8 assists. Yes, I'm looking at it right here. Talking about?
It was 4-1.
I'm just saying. You wanted me to bring up the numbers. I'm bringing up the numbers. The dude showed up, bro. He was hooping. I mess with Ant, bro.
We know.
I rock with him. He a little wild. He a little out of pocket, but I rock with him.
Hey, what y'all failing to realize too, Edwards, he probably just seen just about every coverage as well.
He's seen a lot now. He's seen a lot. He's been through a lot of playoff series.
He got your boy, bro, teaching him.
And he's willing to make that extra pass. That's
You're
what's
right.
You know what I'm saying? As some guys, they're like just chucking them up and saying, "Okay, I tried. I left everything out there." He more in tune with, okay, the help is coming. Let me enlighten my teammates. Let me give them some little juice. So when they come back to me, I'm already in that mode.
Yeah.
And I think he matured a little bit.
Your boy Mike Conley out there, bro, on the road. Hey, look, bro, when you see this, swing, you know what I'm saying? DiVincenzo, swing, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, now he's on the Wolves nuts. This is crazy.
I said Wolves back, bro. Wolves in 6, bro.
This is crazy.
Not in the Wolves.
Now he's adopted the Wolves.
Somebody.
Yeah, he was 30.
For somebody.
He was 7 of his last 21 from 3 in that Dallas series, and he was 33% from the field too in the last couple games. So
that's what I was talking about.
Yeah. So it was the last 2 games of the series.
He gassed out, bro. He ran out of energy, bro.
Yeah.
But look, bro. Hey,
I do wonder for him and Halliburton. I do wonder if that Team USA thing mattered
get
a
a little
ton
bump.
for them.
Remember last year, y'all was on my head about the Pacers thing. Now everybody riding the Pacers.
Yeah, but you hate Tyrese Halliburton.
I think he's goofy.
Yeah, you switch up
every
2 weeks.
Tia, on this show last year. No. Last year on this show, Tia.
Was that a legit mistake?
I said he was super cold.
Was that a legit mistake, the players saying he's the most overrated guy in the league? Because he is freaking awesome.
They just think he's goofy, bro. They just think he's lame.
Yeah, that was just a way to say he's lame.
He's lame.
Tia, last year during the playoffs, bro, I told them, stop hating on the Pacers, bro. They can hoop.
They are good.
Ooh. Now look up.
Okay, in our defense, they beat the Knicks because their whole team got injured in the second round. The whole team got injured. Brunson and Anunoby was running around like TA on one leg, like the Warriors series.
The team can bump, bro. They can hoop. They can hoop.
They can. They are good.
Clowning me.
They're really good.
I just gotta let y'all know because y'all try to get on my head about so much.
Is that why you're wearing yellow today for the Pacers?
No, I'm not. That's not why I'm wearing yellow, bro. I love my country, bro.
Until they lose, and then he'll jump on somebody else.
Yeah, he'll show up here wearing a freaking Spain
bro. They
shirt
get on
or
my head
something.
about it, bro.
He came in all excited about the Nuggets today. Now he's like, I don't like the Nuggets.
No. I like the Nuggets. I like the Nuggets.
Oh, now
I like the Nuggets.
Okay.
They're playing the Thunder, bro. Y'all asked me about that. Tia, they asked me about Golden State Wolves. I said Wolves back. Wolves in 6.
You like the Warriors, Tony?
I love the Warriors, bro. Like I say, man, they got Draymond Green ready to choke slam somebody. Steph Curry playing like he in that Kobe mentality and playoff
Jimmy. Yep. Fair enough. All right, go enjoy your time in Dallas. Get back here safe, all right?
Yep.
All
See y'all in a minute, man.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll come back after this. Chris Vernon Show.
The other thing that came out this week that we were talking about innovation and Nike and all that. They dropped these $900 hyper boots that
900.
I mean, they're a recovery shoe apparently that you wear after sports, whatever.
Who's buying it? Because all the athletes that we see, they're gonna get seeded this. So who's gonna actually pay $900 for this?
The Sneak Fest Show, live Tuesdays at 2 p.m. on Grind City Media on X, YouTube, and the official Grind City Media mobile app.
We talked a little bit about Jalen Wells. Jalen Wells, man, he finished 3rd in the balloting for NBA Rookie of the Year. He's going to be back. He's going to play in Summer League, and maybe he'll shoot some left-handed jumpers out there. Hey, Grizzlies fans, be sure to tune in to Grizbeat, where the panel and I break down all things Grizzlies and take a look at the rest of the NBA as well. The show is live every Wednesday, 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
This week, we're going to run down the hits and the misses from WrestleMania 41.
The main event, NXT title on the line, Obafemi versus Trick Williams versus Javon Evans. One of the greatest triple threat matches I've ever seen in my life.
I'm shocked.
And it made history because it's the first time there's 3 black men highlighting a NXT pay-per-view.
Okay.
That was dope, too.
Tune in to Grind City Wrestling weekly on the Grind City Media app and on the Grind City Media YouTube channel.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item. Whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
We're going to
Let's
do
do
our,
it.
our pick six favorite Outkast songs in honor of Outkast being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Elevators is the most creative.
Me and you.
Yes. Your mama and your cousin too.
And I can't. Every time I hear somebody say
Sitting
me and
on
you, I
you just go to the next one, right?
Get all of your HBCU sports and culture news by tuning in to HBCU Huddle with CJ Hurt and Mike Wallace. New episodes drop every Thursday on grindcitymedia.com, YouTube, and Spotify.
How about Mr. Irrelevant coming from the Memphis Tigers? Yeah, how about that? New England Patriots
Second
took
time.
Memphis defensive back Kobe Minor with the 257th overall pick.
If you're the player getting drafted at that spot, it's almost better to go undrafted and pick a place as an undrafted free agent to sign with where you have a better chance.
But
of
you get a lot of
sticking.
stuff. You get a parade. I think
do?
you go to Disneyland, I believe.
Mr. Irrelevant goes to Disney?
I think so.
The Odds Couple, live at 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Yesterday was the talk of the town. It was a cow on the side of the road.
Do you live close to a movie theater? I'm just curious because maybe the cow was trying to go to the movies.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans, one exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you during the Grizzlies 2024-2025 season. Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Creed. By overwhelming demand, the Summer of '99 tour returns. July 27th, FedEx Forum. With special guests 3 Doors Down. And Mammoth WVH. Tickets on sale now at livenation.com. Creed returns, the Summer of '99 tour.
Welcome back to the Chris Vernon Show on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Now, back to your host, Chris
On one morning
Vernon.
bright and clear, my old folks and I drew near, just a village down in sunny Tennessee. I'd been speeding on that train that would bring me back again to that girl I left in sunny Tennessee. I could hear those voices singing as she bid farewell to me. Far across.
All right, we're back. Chris Vernon Show. So we got two tonight. We've got the Cavs and the Pacers, and then obviously we've been talking about the Wolves and the Warriors. What's this story about the Cavs may not have, like they're saying Mobley is questionable, and then there was another guy they have questionable. I was like, oh boy, that is not what you want going into a monster game that they I mean, they have to win this.
Yeah,
they have to.
You can't go down 0-2 at the crib.
No. I mean, or else, I mean, you want to talk about a colossal disappointment. That would be, oh my God. After having this unbelievable season that they have had.
Mobley, Garland, and Darius Hunter.
Wow.
All three of them are
DeAndre Hunter.
DeAndre Hunter, my bad. Yeah,
wow.
All questionable for tonight.
Well, the Garland is the big one because, look, on the other two, like, who knows? But that Garland thing that has kept him out for some amount of time now. And it's one of those, like, is he going to be able to come back and be Darius Garland?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And they need him.
Yeah, they do. It showed in game one. They need him. They need him to handle the rock.
They need him. The other thing is they've just got to make their open threes. Like, we joked yesterday. That shot quality it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like, truly unbelievable.
They should have killed him.
They should have killed him.
They had a lot
based on the amount of open threes that they generated. In fact, you know what? I need to go look and see if shot quality is updated last night because I bet that Celtics thing is going to be gnarly.
Celtics should have won like 133 to like 101 or something.
Don by himself was 1 for 11.
All right, hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if they've updated it yet. Let's pray. All right, final score was New York Knicks 108-105.
Yeah.
Shot quality.
Okay.
Boston 129.8. So let's make it 130.
130.
130 to 115.
Yeah, so they should have won by 15, yeah.
You got to put the ball in the hole.
Last night.
Excel document.
Shot quality.
Yeah.
Denver. So the final score was 121 to 119.
Yeah.
Shot quality. 127 to 125. Denver.
So it's 2-point game either way, just to have a little more scoring. But yeah.
That's right. But I mean, now we will see. And again, if there's a big flip between what happens with, and this is what I always talk about when it comes to these playoffs. Many times, what you will see, I am always more concerned if the team that lost, so let's say in the Cavs case, in the Thunder's case, if the team that lost, then they turn around and they don't waylay that team, like there's a close game, and then they don't come, because a lot of times it's like zigs and zags as the playoffs go on. But if you, like, after that close game, if you come back and you make all your adjustments and you don't work them, now that gives me real cause for, like, oh, hold on now. And you remember it because this happened in the Knicks-Pistons thing. And it was like, okay, that was game one. Now the Knicks will come back and they'll blast them in game two. And then they did, and you're like, whoa, hold on now. Is this just going to be mega competitive? And that's what I would be like I think if you're a Thunder fan or if you're a Cavs fan, you're hoping for like a double-digit going-away victory. Right? Because the other thing is this. The team that won that game one on the road, they have that sense of accomplishment. And as I've told you 100 million times, we've seen the press conference over and over again of we stole home court advantage. We got done what we came here to do, right? We needed to come here and we needed to get one, and we got one. And it's like, basically, it's all a way of saying, like, yeah, we didn't want to lose this game, but it wasn't the end of the world.
Right.
Like, we've got home court advantage, right? Like, that's already been done. The hay's in the barn on that, okay?
Yeah.
Well, if you come back out and you play a mega competitive game two on your home floor, like if I'm the Cavs, I'm worried sick if I'm playing a nail biter against them again. And if I'm the Thunder, I'm worried sick if I don't run out on them.
The thing with
that next game,
the Pacers, like they're getting to play their style. That's the thing with me. It's like that lets me know like they're really like they're getting better, because like using the playoff, teams drag down, possessions slow down, scores go down. Bro, they're playing the same way. 121, 115, like high number game. Like teams they're not able to like to you know what I'm saying, get them in the mud, get them in a little. They're playing free flowing basketball. So I'm like, if I'm the Cavs, if you win by close, it's cool. But on the Pacers, bro, if I can still keep that number like 124, 125, I feel good.
I'm with you. I think the Pacers probably, if you ask me which team has a better chance of keeping it close in game like that, playing close, I would say the Pacers, because I think the Nuggets also the veteran team. Like we were just talking during the break about the Warriors. Like they know how to pick their spots in series where it's like, okay, we've got to go
right.
We got to go. We got to go bigger.
They know,
and there is more so with them.
It's time to win.
We got the one. Got the one.
That's what made it so freaky when Golden State lost 6 at home.
Yeah.
Because it was like,
it was weird.
Bro,
like,
this is the one you were supposed to get gassed up for.
Yeah, turn it on, get it out, get them out the way, pack them up.
And then we saw in Game 7, it's like, oh, okay.
They couldn't even score. Like Houston couldn't score.
They turned up to a level that was like, well, they've got this in them. All right.
Are we about to find out, though? We finna find out real quick. Are the Cavs the Hawks from back in the day? Are we about to find out?
Or
Kenny Atkinson.
Even worse, are they the old Utah Jazz?
Hey, go. That's what I'm saying, bro.
That was the Don team.
Yeah.
Well, it's also
with 2 little guards.
Exactly.
And then like a big man that rolls to the basket.
You said the Hawks.
Also won 60 games.
Atkinson was on that staff. In Atlanta under Budenholzer.
You had 4 All-Stars.
Quinn Snyder also was under. They're all come from that Spurs tree.
Taylor Jenkins.
Bro. You had 4 All-Stars, and you had almost Don, Evan Mobley. We had 2 All-Stars this year, right?
I see more. Dude, Mobley, you got to play.
Well, there's also there's also a regular season basketball and playoff basketball are different.
Shit.
Yeah.
And the Pacers playing regular season basketball in the playoffs.
Like regular season basketball, how many times? If you're got 2 of the biggest keys to regular season basketball are A, are your guys available, and B, do they play hard? If those 2 things apply, which is what the Thunder have in absolute spades, not only are their guys relatively available,
they play hard.
They play hard. Game after game after game. That is not super common. It is not super common to have guys available. It's not super common to play hard as a unit. And obviously with this new coach in Cleveland, it's something to prove and whatever else. I mean, those teams were not good, great regular season teams, but it's a different deal once you get to the playoffs. Now, like all that depth stuff.
Yep.
The Thunder had Alex Caruso went for 20 last night and they lost.
Dude,
Alex Caruso went for 20. They didn't have
so good.
They didn't have another guy off that bench score over 5.
Yeah. Caruso was so awesome.
So it's fine that
he hooped last.
Nobody cares about your 12 players. Nobody cares about your 12 anymore.
Nobody cares about the
Nobody
depth,
cares.
bro.
When we were watching the Grizzlies, it's like, bro, we were watching it the whole time. We were the 2 seed. We're winning like crazy, and we're going, we play 11 guys every single night, and we have 3 we trust.
Yep.
For what playoff? Right. Because I kept telling you, and you guys, look, so it's my own team.
Yeah.
So I could speak as honestly as I can.
We've seen it.
We said this is regular season good.
Yeah. Well, we know, like, that was the thing with this.
It was real.
The difference with our guys, like, our guys weren't always available this year, but they played hard. And how you know they played hard is they didn't lose to bad teams.
No.
They never slipped up against. They just weren't good enough to beat good teams.
No.
But they never lost to bad teams.
That's right. And they were, but we knew this is regular season relevant.
Yes.
This is not playoff relevant. Because once it comes down to everybody scouting out everything you do, this is not the same deal.
It makes Ty Jerome and them and Dean Wade and them look unplayable when you rolling them out there.
Not Ty Jerome. Not Ty Jerome. Don't you dare put smut on Ty Jerome's name.
All right, I'll put smut on Isaac Okoro then.
But it is a difference when you're now throwing the ball out to Dean Wade and Sam Merrill and you're counting on them. Like, I mean, in the regular season, those guys might drop 18 on you.
Like Isaac
Are they doing it in the playoffs? I don't know.
They treat Isaac Okoro like our boy TA out there.
Man.
They say, you shoot that joint if you want to.
Right. And so, I mean, like, that's, and again, you are now forced to play the way you don't want to play in many cases. Yeah. The Cavs, on the other hand, they're not a team that's going to just drag you into the mud. They're just going to have to friggin' outscore them. Yeah. And they can, because they got the offensive talent to do it.
That's what the Pacers want to do, though.
I got it.
With your point guard that never turns the rock over.
He never turns
13
it
straight
over,
assists,
man.
no turnovers.
Dude, it's crazy how much that guy has the ball in his hands. And we always talk about you look at the league leaders in turnovers. It's always the best players because they have the ball in their hands all the time.
They also
he
look,
doesn't.
I tell you this. Between Nembhard.
He won it.
Well, no, between Nembhard, between what's the kid's name that was at
Matherin,
Neesmith. Nembhard, Neesmith, and Matherin, they got an edge to them.
They do.
Oh, yeah.
They got an edge.
Because what's on there trying to fight Giannis?
They got an edge to him.
Yeah, also the
Well, he also tried to fight DeAndre Jordan the other day.
Yeah.
And
then stood over him after he blocked him.
Oh, Hunter? Yeah.
And if you really want to smoke,
DeAndre. Who did I say?
Jordan.
Oh, God.
Really
also still in the playoffs.
also, amazing bear hug on Aaron Gordon after the game winner last night. Had him. He choked him out like Draymond.
Right, like, damn, bro.
How old is Aaron Gordon? How old is he?
He just looks old because he got the dreads.
But no, but I
30.
Dude, he is like, that dude
29.
gets better every year.
29.
Gordon does. He's gotten better and better.
It's crazy. Like, he went from the Magic to being like, they wanted him to be a star. He went to the Nuggets and, like, he found his dunker spot niche, bro.
But it used to be he could never shoot. He can't shoot.
Yeah, now he can knock down shots.
He can actually. He's getting better and better at
he
knocking down
shots. He also can guard everybody.
He can.
Everybody.
He can guard everybody.
Switchable.
And he's mega athletic.
He is.
Yeah, he dunked on Chet last night. Chet, get out the way.
The shot's gotten better, defense has gotten better, and his athleticism has not suffered at all.
Also, Vernon, I can't trust the Cavs, bro, because they might have had the worst playoff T-shirt in history.
The diff.
Put it up, Jalen.
Yeah, what?
The diff?
What
is
is
the
that?
diff, bro?
I was trying to figure that out.
That
What
is the
that?
worst playoff shirt in NBA history.
Oh, the
bro.
difference? That's what it is?
Yeah, so, dude.
The diff?
That's so bad.
If you see it, it's on their scroll.
Oh, the scoreboard? The score bug?
The score bug. And so whatever the lead is on top, it says the diff, as if you can't friggin' add. Right? So it'll say like 100 to 78, and it'll say the diff 22.
Because people can't add.
Yeah.
So they put the diff on T-shirts?
I know.
Come on.
Don't ever slander. Hey, come on, bro.
Sucks.
Marketing department, be better, bro.
I
Don't
thought
ever
that-
slander us ever again, bro.
I thought
the diff?
Yeah, that's terrible. I thought the Oklahoma City shirts were lame last night.
They were
too.
ugly, bro.
Yeah.
Tell me you saw the picture of my boy Jimmy Goldstein.
No.
Oh, sideline? Yeah, I saw him.
Oh, my God. Yeah. No, there's one picture last night, and Jimmy Goldstein's on the front row at the Thunder game, and it looks like there are 2,000 people all surrounding him. Every single person is in the T-shirt, and Jimmy's got on his
He's chilling, yeah.
His leather
Got on
jacket.
his get up,
The
yeah.
whole thing. He ain't putting it on. So
They're not wearing that shirt.
You know what they say? I didn't know this. Evidently, they go around on the Jumbotron. They guilt you into it.
Oh, they bully you. Yeah.
They
put Jimmy
bully
up there-
you into it until you put on the shirt.
We-
Jimmy Goldstein ain't putting on shit.
We used to do that too, and then eventually realized, like, dude, just stop making
Look
people
at
do
my boy,
that.
Jimmy said, F y'all
Look at
T-shirts.
that. Screw that
I'm getting this fit
T-shirt.
off, bro. Y'all ever put me in no T-shirt?
When we used to do T-shirts, like long ago, they used to always do that. Show the Jumbotron and try to guilt you into doing it the first two playoff runs, and eventually people were like, bro, I'm already wearing what I want to wear to the game. Don't tell me to put on a shirt, too.
All right, so
now we do towels.
When I went to Jimmy Goldstein's house, and he has a club in there.
Like a real club?
It's where Rihanna had her birthday party,
Yeah.
bro. He has a tennis court that overlooks all of Los Angeles. It's the craziest house ever. So I went there and I did an interview with him for the Ringer, and it was about his life as an NBA fan. And it was me and it was Tate Frazier, and it was Tommy Alter. And Tommy is, you guys would know Tommy.
Yeah.
Tommy was
met Tommy.
JJ's co-host.
Yeah, I've met Tommy.
On Old Man and the Three. And he's produced he used to produce The Daily Show with Jon Stewart, and he's produced
He knows everybody in Hollywood.
Barbershop.
Yeah.
He's the producer on that, whatever. So anyways, it's me, Tommy, and Tate. We go up there, and the reason I'm bringing this up is because when we're at the house, we do like the tour with Jimmy Goldstein.
Mm-hmm.
And at one point, like his bed and the whole thing is glass. So, like his house is the most architectural marvel like in the world. But if you were in his room, like there are shades that would close, whatever. But if it opens up, it's this massive, like huge panes of glass, whatever. And then there's a huge bed in the middle of the bedroom. And then we walk over and he's like showing me all this stuff. Bro, he clicks this button and the wall opens.
Like a movie?
Bro. And then a friggin' like rack, like a coat rack comes out. Okay, look. The coat rack, like it's like you're at the laundromat or something. And those kind of leather jackets that Jimmy's wearing, one after another. Just one after another. It's unbelievable.
That's crazy.
Bro.
It is truly unbelievable. And it's all these leather jackets. It's just a whole rack of leather jackets, and he's hitting this remote, and they're just going in a circle. I'm like, this is unbelievable.
He is elite. How old is Jimmy Goldstein, bro?
Oh,
He's got to be
70s.
high 80.
Oh, really?
No, he's 80s.
85 years
Yeah,
old.
yeah, yeah.
Damn.
He flying to every playoff game.
Yes.
Age of 85.
He ain't flying on Delta, brother.
Oh, no. You ain't gonna see him on no Spirit flight. you ain't gonna see him at the airport. Nah.
The private jet's waiting.
Yeah.
He gets some fits off too, boy.
Yeah. Hey, if you think you're getting Jimmy Goldstein to put on a friggin' Oklahoma City Thunder playoff shirt,
It's like I'm 85 years old.
You are out of your mind.
Buddy, look at what I'm wearing.
I promise you that leather jacket he was wearing probably at least $7,000.
At least minimum.
At least
minimum. Yeah,
and he got it from some designer in Italy, and you don't have it, and it's one of one.
You got his name in stitch on the inside. Say Jimmy Goldstein on the money. Yeah,
the GOAT.
Bro. Shout out
the
Jimmy,
GOAT.
man.
That's one of the reasons I really regret not having the playoffs here.
To a game.
I used to love seeing Jimmy at the game.
He's ever come to a game here?
Yes.
Yeah, he's been
That's
to a
how I
ton
met
of them
him.
here.
We got to get him back, bro.
We used to never know who he was.
That's
and
how I
then
met him, yeah.
Chris Wallace, the former GM of the Grizzlies.
Big buddies with
That's
him.
the reason for us to make the playoffs again.
Yeah, I know.
Get Jimmy back.
Yep, we got to get Jimmy back. All right, so we got those two games that are going on tonight. Who you guys like? Do you think the Pacers or you think the Cavs even it up?
I think because, I think Cavs even it up, and I think Wolves win game one. Because Wolves back.
Woo! You just saw another team that played a game 7. I mean,
I think the Wolves will win game 1. It's still Warriors in 6, but the Wolves will take game 1 because a home team. Surely the road team can't win every game 1 in the second round.
That would be 4 out of 4.
I wonder if that ever happened.
Yeah. All 3 conference semifinals, the road team has won game 1.
And they say a series never starts until somebody wins on the road.
These playoffs have been freaking amazing, bro.
They really have.
God.
I think
every night.
I also think it just speaks to
boring. I'm going to say both home teams boring. I know.
Really?
Nah.
Yeah, you are boring.
Yeah, it's boring.
Well,
I think the Pacers have found something with the Cavs, but I do think the Cavs even it up because why not? You can't lose both of them at home, right? Right.
Also, they're not going to shoot 9 for 38 from 3 again.
Yeah.
That is the thing with them and the Celtics.
The variance.
I don't like it, but it's like, I mean, again, they just have to do it 4 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just have to make a bunch of threes 4 times. And when they do, they kill you.
Yeah.
And when they don't,
they struggle.
They lose.
Yeah.
Like, it is what it is. Sometimes it's pretty, Greg Popovich, El Jefe, used to tell us years ago, you can just look at the one stat. You want to find out who's winning NBA games, look at the one stat, which also makes it that much more disappointing if you're Oklahoma City because they did not. They won the 3-point line as well.
Does that feel like forever ago, that game 7 between the Warriors and Rockets?
Bro, it feels
because of everything that happened last night.
Sunday?
It was Sunday night. It feels forever ago.
It really does.
It does feel like forever ago, bro. We've seen so much basketball since then, bro.
That's what the Rockets get for wearing those Temu jerseys.
H-Town.
For game 7,
horrible.
Yeah, that's nasty, bro.
Wearing those for game 7 was a mistake.
You can't wear the city jumps for game 7, bro.
I agree.
Yeah.
You can't do that. Also, you hear Draymond has once again fired a shot at Dylan Brooks.
Ooh.
He called him a bum because he was like, bro, if you're gonna act the way you do, at least shake my hand in the line afterwards. Like at least he's like, bro, you just walk away, bro. And like he said, that's why I said what I said when you was in Memphis, that the dynasty starts after you because you can't do all that stuff you do. Then when it's time to face the music, you just walk away. He's like, nah,
did it in the Lakers series too.
He did it in the Lakers series too.
He wouldn't do his post game press conferences.
I don't respect nobody that does. He says that's a sucker move.
Wow.
Yeah. So Draymond is at it again.
All right.
Go Wolves. Wolves back.
It's good to do it for today. So thanks to Devin Walker. Thanks to Tony Allen. Thanks to John Rosa across the glass. We will be back tomorrow. Until then, we go.